Hello there, my beautiful Virgo signs. My name is Rachael with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's tarot reading is all about you, Virgo, and the shifts that are happening in your general life. And there are many shifts occurring for you at this time. There's been a lot of shifts generally for the collective, but in particularly you, Virgo, are really getting ragdolled around. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. There's like no good way of putting that. So I hate that saying, it is what it is, but it kind of is what it is right now for you, Virgo. So sorry for that crap sandwich, but we're going to get through this and we'll get through it together. Okay. So settle in, grab a cup of coffee. If you're not a coffee drinker, grab tea, water, whatever gets you there. And then I'm going to dive into the tarot. So I pull a traditional Celtic cross spread, which is usually about 10 cards. But in your case today, I pulled a couple extra because we kind of need the help and the guidance from spirit mostly. But then after the Celtic cross, I am going to pull a bunch of wisdom oracle cards for you. Maybe something having to do with a cord is significant. But yeah, anyways, so here we go. Let's dive right in here. Your current vibe, your current energy is the Queen of Pentacles energy. If you're not a female watching this, that's okay. This just means like energy's fluid, all right? We all have masculine and feminine inside of us, whether you want to believe that or not. The Queen of Pentacles is kind of about like spoiling yourself, pampering yourself, treating yourself. I think of that like, I think it's Parks and Rec, or the one lady, she's hilarious. I can't think of her name. She was like, treat yourself. That's kind of the vibe right now that you're in. But I do feel like your challenge right now is this King of Wands energy. So it's like finding some real creative passion that like gets you excited again. I feel like you're kind of a little lackluster. Maybe you've been like a bit overindulgent, but it's kind of like it's not a great coping mechanism. Okay, let's just put it that way. Now, for the basis of like, why is this happening? What's going on? I have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is usually like about working together, Virgo, but in some instances, and in this instance, it might be a third party situation. So maybe you have some baggage from the past that you're still trying to go through with either being a part of a third party situation. Maybe you initiated it. Maybe somebody else initiated it. I can't really tell from the cards. But, if this resonates, then it's a message for you. But something to do with third party situations. And the Six of Pentacles is kind of about clearing karma, giving back, keeping an open mind, making sure that you are maintaining an open and kind and generous heart due to past circumstances, because I do feel like it's very impactful for your emotional well-being at this time. Now, the past pertaining to this situation, I do feel like was divinely choreographed for you, Virgo, and maybe that's not a great message that you want to hear, but you're watching a tarot video online, so you get what you pay for, okay? And it's as blunt and rough around the edges as I may be, I am merely a reflection of lifestyle choices and experiences, which is what we all are. So life makes you into this gem that you are, and however you have been molded or smoothed, or the waves of sand and time have washed over you to make you into some sort of sea glass like form, is what I'm hearing. I do feel like it's for a divinely guided purpose, a divinely guided reason. You might be having a hard time seeing that right now, but you are moving forward. This was all choreographed for your soul's growth. And sometimes that's a bittersweet gift. Now, in your future card, you have the Five of Swords. When I pulled this card, I was like, oh, you're kind of like, I don't know, defensive or trapped in your head, trapped in your thoughts. But the next thing that came to mind was escapism. So maybe you've been trying to deal with your emotions through escaping through some sort of unhealthy habit or unhealthy route. And I say that because in your upcoming cards, it definitely reflects like you're trying to let go of bad habits, or trying to nip something in the bud that's not working for you. But with this in your present energy, I do feel like that overindulgence with that Queen of Pentacles energy is like treating yourself, but you're treating yourself to the whole box of Twinkies, okay? You're not just like having one and you're done. You're like hitting diabetes level, okay? So you got to watch out, Virgo. You have to be careful. And obviously this isn't just about food or Twinkies, and I'm not a dietitian, so this is all for entertainment purposes. So take that as it resonates. And I am one who loves food, so I totally understand where you're coming from if you are eating junk food or whatever. I don't really condone Twinkies because I think that's a waste of calories personally, but that might be relevant for you for some reason. Now, your upcoming near future here is the Four of Swords. This is healing. It might feel like maybe you're backpedaling a little bit because you have the Five of Swords and then you go into the Four of Swords. And usually you like to go from Five of Swords into Six of Swords. But I feel like this is an energy of like you have to take a step back to see the way forward, or, you can't really see the forest through the trees. So you kind of have to come at your situation from a little bit less biased perspective. And I do feel like that's going to bring healing and rest and rejuvenation and contemplation, and that's what the Four of Swords is all about here. Now, if you thought that was fun, we're getting into some real fun stuff. It's you're probably not going to like me at the end of this reading, Virgo, but this is like the things you need to hear that no one's going to tell you. And sometimes that we need that little like slap in the face to wake us up and get us out of this illusion that we've created here. And that's kind of what I'm here doing for you right now. But in the instance that you're still in a good mood and you like what I've said so far, or it's resonated, please smash that like button because it helps my channel grow and I greatly appreciate it. And now, what's your power in this situation, Virgo? What's in your control here? The first card that came out was the Devil card, and that, to me, is all about ego and fear, and maybe you feel like you don't know how to get out of this, but it's really you're in pain and you're hurting and you're trying to pacify yourself through old patterns and old habits and addictive type of things because you're parts of yourself that you needed at one point in time to survive, to cope, to adapt to a situation, those things are ending because you're no longer there. You're not in the past. You're in the future and you're moving forward, which was very clear with the Wheel of Fortune card because that's all about progress and moving forward. Now, how do people perceive you? You got your walls up, that's for sure. Seven of Wands is about really being established in your values, your belief systems. It's standing up for yourself. And when you do that, Virgo, when you are standing up for yourself, when you are implementing a new way and you're letting old parts of yourself die, where maybe you were a doormat before and you just said, yeah, whatever, sure, do whatever you want. Now you're not. And people don't know how to take that. And they see you as very probably defensive. But who cares what those people think? Because if you're doing something for you that's true to you, that's raising your energetic vibration because you're being authentic to yourself. And authenticity and truth is a higher vibration, even higher than that of love. And this is scientifically proven stuff. So if you don't believe me, go give it a Google and you can see the difference between your frequencies or your toroidal fields when it comes to love and fear and truth. Like these are all literally scientifically electromagnetic frequencies that we all radiate because we are basically walking batteries. So the next card I have for you is about your hopes and your fears. You want to be successful. Six of Wands, another Wands energy. Again, it's a little bit of a backpedaling feeling, but you are progressing. You are moving forward. You do have hopes and dreams and wishes of the future. There is like a seed of hope or faith in you still that things are going to change and be better and move forward and progress in a way that you will enjoy. It may not be in a way that you had planned for or wanted per se, but you will enjoy your life at some point in time because this is a card of victory and success and celebration. So that is what you're hopeful for at this point in time. Now, the outcome cards were a little bit ominous. I'm not going to sugarcoat that either. I'm going to look up the lunar schedule right now. The moon cycles are very significant for you and your future at this time. This is all about planting the seeds of growth and change and really learning the lessons. So new moons are about planting the seeds of things you want to happen, and full moons are usually about harvesting the sweet rewards of the lessons that we've implemented. Typically, the lunar cycles align with the zodiac cycles. So like if there's a new moon in Aquarius last August, you might be seeing the effects or reaping the harvest of, the fruits of your labor in Aquarius time frame. You see what I mean? So make sure you check out the lunar calendar. Now this September, we do have the new moon in Virgo on the 2nd. So that's going to be very vital for you. It's, it's going to shift a lot of things. And I feel like for you, it's mostly going to be a mindset type of energy and how you perceive yourself. Now, there are eclipses in the lunar nodes. The lunar north node, there's an eclipse in Pisces on the 17th, and the solar south node, there's an eclipse in Libra on the 2nd of October. So with those eclipses come a lot of shifts and changes because the moon is tied to the tides, and that controls our emotions. And it is just, think of it as water. It's just like ever changing. Now you have a clarifier card on the moon, because I wasn't sure exactly what Spirit wanted me to say about this for your outcome, but it's like, this is a new chapter. This is a new opportunity. The Fool card is all about kind of starting over, starting fresh. And that might be when it comes to love. That might be when it comes to your belief system, your value system, or just a hodgepodge of like everything cumulatively that's happening for you. Like you're shifting your persona, you're shifting your identity, you're getting rid of addictive traits and egoic parts of your personality, and that's going to bring a brand new beginning for you. Now, in your subconscious energy, you have the Ace of Cups, and all of this is happening basically because Spirit is trying to give you an offer of love. Even though it feels like a slap in the face, it may feel like completely backwards to everything I'm saying, like it feels bad. It's because we all have this, not all of us, but most of us have this ingrained fear of change. And whenever change presents itself, it's the fear of the unknown, and it creates this conflict. But Spirit is saying, like, this is an opportunity for you to really learn how to love yourself and to stand up for yourself, and to then be able to fill your own cup so you can fill someone else's in the future. And that's going to be kind of an intangible / tangible reward. So you're not going to see the fruits of your labor when it comes to your emotional state or your general health and well-being typically very quickly. It's going to be a slow and steady race when it comes to shifting your insides, because it's involution that you're participating in right now, Virgo, and then it will at some point be an evolution for your environment because you've raised your frequency. Now, that's what I have for you, Virgo, when it comes to the tarot. Again, smash that like button if this video helped. And if you're interested, I'm going to keep going on with oracle cards. So the first card I have for you is the Bridge. This is a very interesting card. This, to me, is like, rainbows are usually symbols of portals. This one in particular is like trusting and having faith in this opportunity Spirit is handing to you, because like you see the two hands there, and there's also the hand and the Ace of Cups. It's like trusting your guidance, your inner knowing, and trusting that things will work out in your favor. The next card I have for you is Eye. Eyes are the windows of the soul. Maybe you have been drawn to someone's eyes. Maybe you need to meditate in a mirror and look into your own eyes. Sometimes when we do that and we're really on a healing journey, you might be able to get some clarity just by staring at yourself in the mirror and being grateful for your body and expressing your gratitude for, your functional eyes. It's just like a simple act of gratitude. This card says, my world has an abundance of love, trust, and compassion. And make sure you're having those things for yourself, Virgo, because sometimes, especially when we're on a healing path. We might lose ourselves in the shadow work, and then we're like, oh, where's the goodness here? Because I'm healing myself, I'm fixing myself, but I didn't realize I had all these problems, until I really dove in there. So the next card I have is 5. Now 5 is a significant number, an angel number, or just a very popular number that usually relates to change or conflict. So I do feel like 5 is a significant number for you. So if you've been seeing that, that's just another synchronicity that tells you like you're in alignment. Now, waiting for what you need, bring yourself into harmony with the desired outcome. It may take longer than you imagine. Faith and patience are your allies, but fully present and waiting. Your attention shines and starts a creative engagement with the world. You are committing yourself to its manifestations. How can you wait patiently with commitment? And while you wait, how can you best make yourself ready? Wow. Okay. That card could not be more cohesive if I wanted it to. This is about spending the time that you do have on luxurious things that are helpful to you in the long run. That Queen of Pentacles is kind of getting at me and basically saying like you're overindulging yourself in all the wrong ways. So make sure you're trying to do it in a healthy way that's going to be good for your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. Now, it says this one's my Moon Oracle deck. And this one says, your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. If you've been trying to like come up with stuff you want to do and you're just like struggling, try a bucket list. I know that sounds a little bit antiquated, but it's a simple way of just kind of shifting your mindset into something to look forward to on this path and this journey. So try a bucket list, see if there's some cheap things you can do and some really expensive things. Like if you had all the money in the world, what would you do? And then find somewhere in the middle as well. But I find that can help be motivational when you're like trying to find the joy again in the darkness. Now, the next card I have for you is Develop. This deck is all about your third eye intuition and your intuitive knowing. Like, what can you do to help hone those skills? This says, nourish your intuition by living in the moment. Stop and think of any intuitive moments that you might have missed, dismissed, or overlooked. Stay observant in the here and now. Okay. I feel like that ties to that waiting energy. It's like, how can you spend your time when you're waiting? And again, I think that's just going to be about building healthy daily habits and routines. And if you're like, okay, well, the bucket list is too future forward thinking, I don't want to think about that, well, then try doing a gratitude exercise and take 5 things, number 5, and try to write down 5 things that you're grateful for each day, because you're here in the now when you're writing those things down. So it will get you back into this moment where you're actually like acknowledging your breath and you're paying attention to what it is you're grateful for right now. Now, this card is from my Power of Love deck. It says spontaneity. You move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. I do feel like you're very adventurous. I just feel like typically you're adventurous. I feel like right now you're just feeling a little bit burnout, Virgo, so don't be too hard on yourself. The next card I have is Quest. This is a card about maybe going on an adventure. And you also have the Fool card here, which is like a person going on an adventure. And this lady looks like she's on an adventure. But I do feel like Spirit really wants you to kind of get out of your comfort zone, shift out of this dark energy into something that's going to be motivational. So you might want to go out in nature, surround yourself by some trees, go on a walk, something maybe you wouldn't traditionally do, or, dip your toes in a pond or a creek or something. I don't know if there's leeches in there, so you might want to check that out first, but I think I would choose a creek before I would choose a pond, but that's my own personal thing. Anyways. All right, Virgo, last card for you is from my Wisdom Oracle deck. This one says a change in the wind, number 12. So there's just so much like about moving forward and things shifting and moving on, and old ways dying and stuff like that. So things are progressing. You may not be able to see it as clearly as you would like to be because of that moon energy. This is like illusions. This is also like you're not ready to see a certain aspect yet of where you're headed. And sometimes that just feels very overwhelming, but change is coming. You're doing the internal work and it will show up here on your outside world. And if you're like one of those people that's like, when will it show up? Oh, it's divine timing, my friend. Isn't that the greatest news? So there you have it, Virgo. If this video helped, smash that like button. It helps my channel grow. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.